So my name is Rebecca Kozak, and I am so excited to be the host of the Ask Doc Live show. And I just want to remind everybody that the content of this program is to provide nutritional education information only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases, and any testimonies that are shared in this program are real-life results using the products mentioned that Dr. Wallach has formulated a big, great part of the formulation. And the nice thing about it is, as empowered individuals, we have options. We're able to take steps on our own to use those options, because when we give our body the raw ingredients that it needs, it can do some miraculous things. So with that, we are honored to have one of the founding fathers of epigenetics here to guide us with the best options to attain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Wallach, welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you to the entire team for being here, and we look forward to sharing a lot of great information today with our viewers and listeners. And we'll start out with the announcement, of course, that President Trump and his dear wife were tested positive for COVID. We wish them well. And of course, you can be positive for COVID in like a 3-year-old kid in 3 days' time. It's over with. You're still positive for 6 months or a year, but you don't have any symptoms and so forth. And so we wish all blessings on President Trump and his dear wife. And also, we have to appreciate that the COVID rate continues to go up. I was looking this morning worldwide. The COVID rate since yesterday in number of infections in the world has gone up 500,000, over 500,000, and the deaths have gone up by 9,000 in the world. In the US, the number of COVID infections has gone up by 45,000, and the deaths have gone up by 1,100. Okay, so the COVID is still active and so forth. It's going to be that way for some time. It may be one of those things that smolders along for years at kind of a low level. Okay, but remember the question: why is it that a 3-year-old, when they get COVID virus, their temperature does go up? It goes up maybe 0.5 degree. It goes up from 98.6 to 99.4 or something like that. You couldn't even legally say it was a fever. And then after 3 days of mild common cold-like symptoms, they're good to go. Now, they'll still test positive for COVID because they have the antibodies that they put up during their little 3 days worth of illness. And but then you have a 63-year-old or a 73-year-old or an 83-year-old person, when they get the COVID, they're in trouble because they have 3 or 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 pre-existing conditions, all of which are nutritional deficiencies. Remember, my thesis for 20,000 autopsies from the Center for the Biology of Natural Systems at Washington University in St. Louis between 1967 and 1977, 20,000 autopsies, 20 million chemistries I did. My thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, because I showed there were no genetically transmitted diseases. I showed there were no genetically transmitted diseases, and I showed there was no genetically transmitted birth defects. That's what my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. It changed all of science. Now, there's always this lag time. Everybody out there is still talking about, this runs in my family, it's genetic. Well, that belongs to a science called crapola. There is no such thing as genetically transmitted diseases. There are no genetically transmitted birth defects. And this was first kind of observed, I'm sure it was observed by many, but go back to the late 1930s, there was an Englishman by the name of Conrad Waddington, and he was an embryologist and also kind of an environmentalist, had a PhD degree in physiology of the earth, if you will. And he just was not seeing this genetic connection between what he was seeing in the clinic, what he was seeing with birth defects, and so he just wasn't seeing it. And so he says, well, there's got to be another factor involved here other than just genetics with all these diseases. So he said, well, let's just add a prefix to genetics. You know, what's pre-genetics? Or he called it epigenetics. He created the science of epigenetics. Now, he didn't go any further. I mean, he didn't do anything else. He just gave it the name epigenetics. And he died in 1975 at age 75. He was born in 1900, and he died in 1975 at age 75. And that's because I'm sure he's eating a typical British food, bread and oatmeal for breakfast and drinking beer and all that kind of stuff. And so he had a gluten issue causing intestinal damage. And so he died, and I have to really find out what he died from. It just said he died, okay? And so I have to go look deeper. But we do have, you know, my book, Epigenetics, okay, which I'm very, very proud of. This book, Epigenetics, came out, I think it was 2014, okay, 2014. And it was co-authored by Dr. Milan, who's, a Harvard researcher. She also a surgeon, a microsurgeon, and then Dr. Gerhard Schrauser, one of the greatest trace mineral professors ever. The guy who wrote the foreword was Jeffrey Bland, PhD, nutritionist and biochemist, one of the most famous biochemists of our time. Jeffrey Bland is just really just blew my mind when he agreed to write the introduction, if you will, to this book. And then there was a guy who came along by the name, let's see here, Bruce, like the Lipton, yeah, Bruce Lipton, like the Lipton tea. And he had PhD in behavioral sciences. He believed the brain controlled everything. And he and I, at the same time, about 30 years ago, were considered the two fathers of the actual science of epigenetics, okay? And he came at it from a brain chemistry part, and I came at it from a nutritional deficiency part. And it was 30 years later, just a couple of weeks ago, he and I were interviewed for 2 hours by Michael Zwerling from KSCO Radio, which I've been doing radio there for 30 years. And to make a long story short, it was all very well recorded, and we'll have a copy of that interview ready in about 10 to 14 days. We're very excited about that. And it'll go along with the book, Epigenetics. Everybody, whether you're going to be a scientist or just a mom and dad or a grandma or a kid going to school, you need to get a hold of this book, Epigenetics, and the CD set. It'll be a 2 CD set because it's a 2-hour interview. And it goes into the great detail of what is epigenetics and why is it there are no genetic diseases? Why is it there's no genetic birth defects? Okay. And so this is not very difficult, you know, once you see the bigger picture and so forth. Well, let's look at birth defects. Why are there no genetically transmitted birth defects? Well, when you look at all the birth defects, some of them can be caused by, the mother getting measles in the first couple of weeks of pregnancy, and the measles virus damages the embryo. Now, that's not a genetic disease, okay? It was an infection. And then there were women who had morning sickness early in their pregnancy, and they were given a product, okay, for morning sickness. Okay, it was actually a drug made in Australia, okay? And there are 10,000 American babies born without arms and legs because this drug actually caused that particular birth defect. Okay, they didn't test laboratory animals to see if that drug was going to cause any birth defects. Just not even thinking about it. And they gave these women early in pregnancy who were having trouble, okay, with their appetite and their thinking and their brain and morning sickness and all this kind of stuff. And they gave them this drug, and 10,000 American babies were born without arms and legs. Now, that wasn't a genetic thing. That was a drug that interfered with the development of the embryo. And then you get babies who are born with cleft palate and cleft lip. Now, that's caused by nutritional deficiency of the embryo. If the mother's getting the 90 essential nutrients and not having gluten to maximize absorption of the nutrients, and she's getting all 90 essential nutrients for, say, 3 months, 6 months before pregnancy, there'll never be another baby born with cleft palate or cleft lip. But when the baby's born with cleft palate, cleft lip, you can't give them the vitamins, minerals, it goes away. It's a surgical thing at that point. On the other hand, there's diseases like cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy. Those two were thought to be genetically transmitted birth defects. I proved they weren't, and I'll get into that in a second. And well, I should probably, so we don't have to keep going back and forth. When I was doing, after I got done with my 10-year study, which became my thesis, is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, I went to work for the medical school in Atlanta, Georgia, okay, at Grady Memorial Hospital, and also the Yerkes Primate Center for NASA for their primate colony that they were sending to the moon, you know, and Mars and all the monkeys and everything. And I ran into the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis. I sent slides around to various experts in cystic fibrosis, but I didn't tell them it was a monkey. I just said, I think this is cystic fibrosis. What do you think? Oh yeah, this is a classic example. Well, then when I told them it was a monkey, that we can now make a research colony, oh, they were all excited. But then when I got permission to do biopsies, and the other 24 baby monkeys in that colony all had different mothers and fathers. There were 25 sets of mothers and fathers. They all had a baby about the same time. All of them had cystic fibrosis, and they weren't related to each other in any way any more than you and I are related, other than we're humans. They were monkeys, but other than that, there was no relationship. So I got all prepared, ready for publication, and they fired me. They said, Wally, that's the classic example of a genetically transmitted disease. You can't say it's not genetic. Well, I purposely saved in the freezer tissue from all those baby monkeys, from the first monkey that everybody agreed was cystic fibrosis. I got the blood samples. So I knew you were going to object. So you run your test and see what you think. No, you're fired. Well, that's when I went back to school and became a physician, because I knew they weren't going to let me back in there. So I had to begin to treat kids. And with a Navy SEAL by the name of Marvin Rupp, who grew up Amish. Okay, there's a weird thing. An Amish kid joins the Navy, becomes a Navy SEAL. When he comes back from the Vietnam War, I was working with his mom and dad in their Amish store and all the Amish kids. And I was telling him about these muscular dystrophy, that, you know, it's a very simple nutritional deficiency disease. And so we began to give all these Amish kids this nutrient, and in weeks we could get rid of their muscular dystrophy. I don't care if they were 3 years old or 5 years old or 10 years old, 12 years, we were just getting rid of their muscular dystrophy like crazy by giving them the 90 essential nutrients plus extra of that one. Got all written up for publication and gave it to Jerry Lewis, who was doing the telethons to raise money for research to find the cure, right? He got excited. He took it, Jerry Lewis personally took 50 charts of kids that we had reversed their muscular dystrophy in, Amish kids. He took it to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. They immediately fired Jerry Lewis in 2011 because he brought them the cure for muscular dystrophy. He said, Jerry Lewis, you must be sniffing glue. That can't be right. And so they fired him before he walked out of the door. And in 2015, they had to stop the telethon because they couldn't raise a penny without Jerry Lewis to find the cure, because we'd already found the cure. Okay. And then April 16, 2013, a federal judge ruled in my favor to put this nutrient into baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac. You're familiar with those kind of things, right? They were developed, rightfully so, during the Second World War, when all the young mothers had to go to work in factories, make bullets and guns and tanks and cannons and things for the war. And grandpa and grandma were feeding the babies, so they came up with these baby formulas to be a milk replacer for breast milk. But they only put 3 minerals in there. We need 60, so there were 57 short. Within a couple of years, we had thousands of babies who had all these, quote, genetic diseases. Okay, about 70 new genetic diseases because we're getting deficiencies because they're all drinking these milk formulas with no nutrients in it. All right, so I proved that in the federal court. And of course, Dr. Milan and I, we did 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 in Qinshan Province, China. because they were all dying of sudden heart attack, this sudden heart attack that you see in young athletes. In fact, just a couple of days ago, there was a famous cricketer from Australia. Let's see, I'll think of his name in a minute. Gene something or other, it'll come to me. Any rate, Dean, oh, I'm sorry, it's Dean something or other, okay? This famous cricketer from Australia, he died suddenly of a heart attack. And this thing that kills 25,000 kids in America under the age of 20 die each year from this sudden heart attack caused by deficiency of that single mineral. Okay, well, that's why we have our rebound. Okay, we put lots of extra of that mineral in here. That's our sports drink with, 100 nutrients, including extra of that nutrient. And then a year and a half after they forced, April 16, 2013, the federal courts forced them to put that nutrient into baby formulas. It was September 13, 2014. Suddenly, on the front page of the Charlotte Observer, the big newspaper in Charlotte, North Carolina, kind of like New York Times for New York, we don't know why, this is their headlines, we don't know why, but sudden and death syndrome has vanished in North Carolina. It's totally disappeared. 3 months later, St. Louis Post-Dispatch and all the newspapers in Missouri, we don't know why, but sudden and death syndrome has vanished in Missouri. 3 months later, we don't know why. Every newspaper in the world came out and said, we don't know why, but the diagnoses of sudden imminent death syndrome has dropped drastically by 85 to 95% in the world. That's because we had put that nutrient in the baby formulas. It was caused by a nutrient. Only 2% of the babies that died and were diagnosed with sudden imminent death syndrome were in bed with their mothers when they died. 98% were not. Of course, the doctors said they were suffocated by their mothers in the bed. Now, they didn't want to say, we have no earthly idea why they died. We're going to do some research on it. So they blamed it on the mother. Well, she must have laid on the baby. That's how stupid that whole thing was. Okay, to get down to it, of course, we have these nutrients. We've come up with a baby formula for kids. If you're going to feed your baby a baby formula, which now many of them have 6 and 8 and 10 and 12 minerals in there, including the ones that will prevent cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and sudden imminent death syndrome. But they have other nutrients in there. They've got some of them, I think the highest one has 12 nutrients. So we came up with a liquid supplement for babies. It's called Kids Toddy, like a hot toddy. And you put that Kids Toddy in the baby formulas. It's got all the 90 essential nutrients in it for these babies. And you're starting to see it's kind of quiet. There's none of these big bursts of deaths from all these birth defects and genetic diseases and things since 2014, as a result of us forcing them to put that one nutrient into baby formula. So we're very proud of that. But don't forget Kids Toddy, mix that in there, they'll get all the nutrients. And we should be able to end all of these terrible diseases that babies suffered from. And it has nothing to do with genetics, it's all epigenetics, okay, the nutritional deficiencies, okay? And so I urge everybody to, and of course, this includes all the terrible diseases that are said to be genetic in the Black community, things like high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, cancer, things like kidney failure where they have to be on dialysis. None of those are genetic diseases. They're all just simple nutritional deficiency diseases. Just think about it. Type 2 diabetes, which makes up 98% of the diabetic population, Rebecca, is a simple nutritional deficiency disease of either one or the other. There's 2 different nutrient deficiencies that can cause type 2 diabetes. Many people have both deficiencies, okay? And so we came up with secret sauces for over 600 different diseases to go along with our basic program, the core program called the Healthy Start Pack. The Healthy Start Pack, of course, has 225 nutrients in it, including all 90 essential nutrients, which prevents and reverses 900 different diseases. And so, do you want to keep making your doctor rich, or do you want to get well? And I would say about 1 week ago, I may have even had it, I think since the last time we were on, so it's just a little bit less than a week, the Lancet, which is the big British medical journal, kind of like JAMA, our Journal of the American Medical Association, the British Medical Journal, the big one, it's called Lancet, they came out and said, they did a study on all medical schools. They found out that all medical schools have really cheated the medical students because they have taught them to be pill pushers. They have taught them to write prescriptions for symptoms of diseases as opposed to curing the diseases. Now that's Lancet, just came out with that, okay? And they said they were just very disturbed about that. Well, yeah, well, rightfully so. Well, Johns Hopkins came out 6 weeks ago, whatever it is. It was a study that started in 2013 and said, since 2013 till now, there's 8 major causes of death in hospitals each year. Number 1 cause of death is heart disease. Now, do people get a heart attack, go to the hospital and die? Or do they have heart disease, and they go to the hospital and get treated and they die from the treatment? This number 2 cause of death in hospitals each year is cancer. Again, do they get cancer diagnosis? They run to the hospital and die of cancer in the hospital? Or do they die from chemotherapy and radiation or infections following surgery? Number 3 was the one that really interested me, was the number 3 cause of death every year in hospitals in America is medical errors. Now, this is Johns Hopkins, the most famous medical school in America, other than Harvard maybe, okay? And they said, the number 3 cause of death in American hospitals each year is medical errors each year in America. Now, again, I'm quoting, okay? I'm quoting Johns Hopkins. They said, each year in America, medical doctors kill, is the word they use, kill 251,000 to 440,000 patients in the hospital each year from medical errors. Now, Rebecca, how many businesses could stay in business in America if they killed 251,000 to 440,000 of their customers at their workplace every year?
Not a single one.
Not a single one. Well, how come the medical system keeps going? Well, that's because they have this relationship with the politicians. Everybody wants health care and wants good medical treatment. And so the politicians jumped in there and made all these rules to protect doctors. Doctors can kill more people than the Nazis killed and keep going.
And get away.
And get away with it, okay, because the politicians give them a pass, as opposed to making them say, okay, no, we can't tolerate this anymore. You're going to stand trial here. We got to fix this problem. We want to know what the cause is so we can prevent it. We want to know what the cause is so we can save people who are dying from these things, okay? But they're not doing that because they have this real intimate relationship with the politicians and the doctors. So this is why we come up with the book Epigenetics and the 2 CD set Epigenetics. This is why we came up with the book and the CD, Black Gene Lies. And even whether you're white or yellow or red or black, everybody needs to read this book and listen to the CD because it's the same principle no matter what race you are. It's not a genetic thing. And then, of course, we have the book and the CD called Immortality. We looked at the top 8 nations in the world where people live the longest and they're the healthiest and have the fewest diseases. It's not genetic. It's what they eat, what they're not eating, how they cook and how they don't cook, where they live, okay? And so all this information is there. If you get the books and the CDs, Epigenetics, Black Gene Lies, Immortality, you will add 25 to 50 healthful years to your life. You will save an enormous amount of money. You'll save an enormous amount of unnecessary misery, and you'll add 25 to 50 healthful years to your life. This is not worth, 25 bucks for a book. Well, yeah. And if you do the longevity business as a business, guess what? That book is tax deductible. It's a write-off because it's a tool. Now, one last thing, and I'll throw it back to you, and that is right now, we have all these university students at home. Okay, they're playing video games with each other because they don't know what to do. Okay, they won't let them back, live on campus. So they're all at home with this distance learning and everything. If they would all contact us, get involved with longevity and save all their neighbors, their families, their church mates, their fellow classmates, guess what? And they will build an income stream and have the tax benefits of billionaires and add 25 to 50 healthful years of your life instead of just playing video games. So I'm inviting everybody who's involved with a university fraternity, sorority, If you're one of those independent students who don't belong to any of those organizations, maybe you're even an athlete at the university, but you can't be there because it's all shut down because of the COVID. Contact your young associate through us here today and get involved. Rebecca, you and John, you're going to give out some numbers here. And let's go to work and save America, save the world.
Yeah, so all of those reasons why you said, that they're not wanting this information to be out there, that just makes it more, empowering, energizing for me to get the information out there that there are options. So, and that's one reason why we bring the Ask Doc Live show to you every Friday at 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time. We do have our website, askdoclive.com, that if you are listening to this replay or you're on with us today and you want to get some of the products that Dr. Wallach is mentioning and even the books that he's mentioning, they are available at askdoclive.com. Some of the books Dr. Wallach has, we still need to go to his website, and that's drjwallach.com, and you'll find all of his publications there. So he's got, I want to say hundreds. It seems like hundreds whenever I go looking for something.
Well, we have 15 best-selling books. Got another 2 CD set coming out to go with the Epigenetics book.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, our most recent book, It's All in Your Head. This is another one where the medical system has failed us. Osteoporosis of the skull causes 25 major diseases, for which there's like 6 different specialty areas in the medical system. And it's just simply osteoporosis of the skull. If you treat the osteoporosis of the skull, these 25 different diseases go away, and those 25 medical specialties will go away, okay? And it's one of those things that it's all in your hands now, because there's a book called It's All in Your Head, okay? And we also have a CD and a DVD called Is Your Doctor Killing You? This was a big interview by a pharmacist who was interviewing me. He was kind of raking me over the coals in interviewing me. Is Your Doctor Killing You? And he became a co-author of the CD and the DVD, okay? Pharmacist Keith, okay? And it's one of those things where pharmacist Keith Abel, I just want you to get a hold of this CD and DVD set. Is your doctor killing you? And the answer is probably yes, because so many people, Rebecca, ask their doctor, why? Listen to this Dr. Wallach guy, and he really points out why I should be taking vitamins and minerals. The doctor just laughs. Don't waste your time. Don't listen to that Wallach. Don't take any vitamins and minerals. Just eat well. You get everything you need. Well, any doctor who says that should be put in jail for being a mass murderer or a serial killer, okay? Because that would be like a mechanic saying to you, I know you've got your dream car now. You've got your dream car, okay? Your dream car is your Jaguar, whatever it might be. And you're asking me what's the best oil to put in there so you can get 300,000 miles out of your dream car. Don't waste your money on oil. Don't put any oil in your car. What? Don't put any oil in your car. Just put dirt from Texas in there. It's only 10 cents a quart, and there's bound to be some oil in it because it's dirt from Texas. Now, even a crazy person would run out into the public screaming, don't go to this mechanic, he'll burn your car up because he's telling you not to put oil in your car. But when a doctor says, oh, don't take any vitamins and minerals, just eat well, you get everything you need. Oh, my doctor says, I can get everything I need just by eating well, and then you're dead.
Well, I'm thankful that you are my doctor, Dr. Wallach. So I have a question. Going back through your monologue, you had mentioned something about the pharmaceuticals that were given for morning sickness. What can we do naturally to get over that morning sickness? Because I know I had it bad.
Okay, well, morning sickness is caused by nutritional deficiencies, okay, and you're getting symptoms, okay, of these nutritional deficiencies. So what you want to do is take the 90 essential nutrients, okay, before you're born, all through the pregnancy, you're developing them from the moment you're born. Now, people don't realize this, but you're already 9 months old when you're born. Your age doesn't start from the moment of birth. Your age starts from the moment of conception, where the sperm fertilizes the egg. When you're born, you're 9 months old. When you're 3 months old, 3 months after you're born, you're already a year old. Okay, you got to get used to that. Okay, and so we have to take care of you before that. And so you do need to take the 90 essential nutrients, stay away from the bad stuff. And the 90 essential nutrients, of course, the basic program is the Healthy Start Pack. But if you have a pre-existing condition, say like type 2 diabetes, you can add to it the Sweeties, and we'll call it the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack. If you have arthritis, also, you can add to it the glucogel and the MSM and vitamin D3. Okay, so now you have all these secret sauces for arthritis, including osteoporosis of the skull, as well as diabetes. And don't cold turkey off your diabetic medication, whatever it is. You keep doing your blood sugar test, and as your blood sugar drops, you reduce your medication based on the numbers. And I take people who are diabetics for 30 years, and in 30 days are next diabetic. I get people who've been on dialysis 6 days a week for 10 years because they haven't urinated in 10 years. They were on dialysis for a total of 25 years. We get them on our program for dialysis, and in 2 weeks' time, they're urinating, so they drop them to dialysis 3 days a week, and then in 2 more weeks, they're totally off of dialysis after 25 years. Okay, none of these things are genetic. They are all induced, okay, upon ourselves, inflicted upon ourselves by eating improperly, not supplementing, and doing the bad foods, of course, which you're asking about, the bad foods, which inflict inflammation on the tissues, also which inflict diseases. 900 different diseases are caused by nutritional deficiencies. Of course, we have some that are very common: arthritis, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, diabetes. You get COPD, psoriasis. You get mixtures. Okay, psoriatic arthritis. How many people with psoriatic arthritis have diabetes? Tens of thousands, because they're all nutritional deficiencies. When you can't absorb one nutrient, the reduction of efficient absorption afflicts all the nutrients, even if you're supplementing. And so, somebody like President Trump here, now he's, positive for COVID, and he was, stating the other day he still has his own hair. He doesn't have to wear a wig because he eats French fries every day. Well, if you eat French fries every day, bad things are going to happen. You're going to get COVID, because you appreciate, again, the CEO of Godfather's Pizza, Herman Cain, 74 years old, a billionaire, had 8 pre-existing conditions, one of which you could look at him. You just see he had obesity, which is one of the more common pre-existing conditions in older people. When they get the COVID virus, they really are in trouble. Well, obesity is caused by a lack of nutrition, not a lack of calories, but a lack of nutrients, okay? And so your bone marrow doesn't get the nutrients it needs to make white blood cells to go through the bloodstream and kill and eat the viruses. It's just that simple. So my word, please, Mr. President, please, we love you, okay? Please stop eating French fries, eat baked potatoes, eat sweet potatoes, eat rice, but give up wheat, brought around oats, give up the bad foods. And of course, you have the good food, bad food list to give people when they call in. And it's one of those things where this is very, very simple, okay? We can add 25 to 50 healthy years to everybody's life in America and the world if they will just give up the bad foods and take the 90 essential nutrients. It's that simple.
All right. Now, Dr. Wallach, you had mentioned something about not going cold turkey off your diabetes medicine. And that just leads right into one, or actually several, of the emails that I get in regards to people who are on these pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mary wants to know, because you do advise not to just stop your medication cold turkey, but
Mm-hmm.
she is on a blood thinner. And she's read where there's certain supplements that she needs, but they are a contradiction to the blood thinner that she's on. So like selenium, MSM, glucosamine. She wants to know, how can she safely take these supplements without getting off the blood thinner first?
Put them in her mouth. Don't take them as an enema. Just put them in her mouth, okay? Here's the deal. The reason why a doctor will give somebody a blood thinner is they may have had blood clots. They may have blockages in their arteries, plaque in their arteries. Okay. And of course, is a blood clot due to a lack of a blood thinner? No, a blood clot is due to a lack of nutrients. Okay. And so basically what you want to do is take the nutrients. I mean, I'm 81 years old. I'm 81 and a half, okay, counting from my date of conception, okay? And so I've never had a blood clot, never had any hemorrhaging. I don't have any arthritis. I don't have any diabetes. I don't have any high blood pressure. I don't have any fibromyalgia. I don't have any COPD. I don't have hiccups. I don't have any of these things, okay? I don't have any skin issues. I don't have any psoriasis or eczema or dermatitis. I don't have any irritable bowel syndrome or diverticulitis. I don't have any of that stuff because those are all nutritional deficiencies. I've been taking the 90 essential nutrients, Rebecca, for 72 years. I started taking them, okay, in my early days when I was 9 years old. Okay.
I think you are the most consistent person I have ever met, Dr. Wallach.
Well, it's been going on a long time. And so I've outlived most of my skeptics. And of course, again, the medical system, their view is don't put oil in your car. You're wasting your money. Just put dirt from Texas in there. There's bound to be some oil in it. I'm saying put the very best oil in your car. In other words, take your 90 essential nutrients and eat well, both. Avoid the bad foods, eat more of the good foods. Now, so it's a nutritional deficiency that causes blood clots. It's a nutritional deficiency that causes hemorrhaging. What is the cause of death for most people who die of COVID? Is it a viral pneumonia? No.
No, it's hemorrhaging.
It's hemorrhaging, exactly. That's Herman Cain, this billionaire, 74 years old, the CEO of Godfather's Pizza. He was only sick, who knows how long he had the disease, but he was sick for 1 month, and they really gave him intensive IV treatment with drugs, okay, for antiviral drugs. And when they did the autopsy on him, 3 days after he died, they found out that every capillary in his body was filled with enlarged red blood cells, which could be a B12 deficiency, but they were clotting, but without platelets, okay? They were clotting in his capillaries, but without platelets. And the reason why he was in respiratory distress when he went to the hospital was because he couldn't transmit oxygen around through his blood because of all these little red blood cells plugging up his capillaries and not moving along, so he couldn't get the oxygen to the rest of his body. And the doctor's treatment is what killed Herman Cain. Okay? Yeah. And so he was obese. You could look at him and see he was at least 50 pounds overweight. Okay, he also had arthritis. He also had, and I didn't see the slides myself, so I don't trust the diagnoses, but he was diagnosed with colon cancer, which they had treated for many years, and they said he was in remission, okay? So there's 3 pre-existing conditions right there, the colon cancer, if that's true, the obesity, and the arthritis. All of those are nutritional deficiencies, okay? And so when the doctors gave him all those really, really strong medications, it caused the blood clotting in his capillaries, and that's what killed him, okay? It wasn't the virus that killed him. It was a combination of the treatments and his nutritional deficiencies that killed him.
Which is a shame because it's so simple. It's so simple.
Yes.
And you make it even more simple by putting everything together in synergistic formulas. You've proven it in your books and all your research. It's one of those things, I just have to get the word out. It's like, come on, people, let's wake up. Let's wake up.
Well, we appreciate that. And, you know, you guys are a great team. And I'm just thankful that we were able to work together and get this message out to people and save as many as we can. And, you know, it always comes down to there's a percentage that will be saved because of their proactivity. There will be a percentage who are saved because of just, they don't even know they're being saved, but they're being saved. And then there's those who will die. Okay, and you go through history, it's always been the way. There's always a percentage that survive, and there's always a percentage that die.
The one thing that I say is we are our greatest asset and we are worth investing in.
That is correct.
And
Well said.
That's something that I started doing 4.5 years ago, and I don't regret it one bit. So, well, Dr. Wallach, we have so many chat comments. We have hands raised, and I'm not joking when I say I have over 100 emails with questions for you.
Let's go for it.
So I've gone through, and let's go through some of the ones that aren't commonly asked.
Okay.
And for everybody that's watching, thank you for watching the AskDocLive.com show. You can go to AskDocLive.com, and we have a store there that lists all the products that Dr. Wallach is mentioning in these protocols. We also have replays of our shows there. So if you want to go ahead and watch a replay, somebody has something similar to you, you can play, stop, and get everything written down that Dr. Wallach is mentioning, because he is sharp, goes through these very quickly. So I know a lot of people appreciate those replays. So first, Dr. Wallach, we have Jihan, who's 69 kilos, 5 foot 3 inches, 64 years old, and has inflamed gallbladder. So first, what do they need to cut out of their diet? And then what do they need to put into their diet to be able to get rid of gallbladder issues? I did it, and it works.
Well, one of the things that happens is people get pain after they eat up here in what's called the upper right quadrant. And that's where the gallbladder is, okay? And so the doctor says, oh, you got a gallbladder issue. We'll keep an eye on that. And if it bothers you, we'll go ahead and take your gallbladder out. But that's also where the ascending colon does a 90-degree turn and becomes a transverse colon. That's the worst place in your colon where you get things like irritable bowel syndrome. You get celiac disease. You get ulcerative colitis, okay, because of a gluten problem. So every time you eat, you're going to get a pain there, particularly when you eat gluten, and your doctor is blaming the gallbladder, because he makes his living by taking your gallbladder out, okay? So finally, when you say, I just can't stand that anymore, okay, let's take your gallbladder out, but he hasn't solved your problem. He's taking your gallbladder out, now he's giving you a new problem, okay? So when somebody says, oh yeah, I have gallbladder issues, I wanna know how that was diagnosed. Was it just by symptom discussion with a doctor, or did he do all kinds of, x-rays and scans and so forth? Did he do an endoscopic exam? Did he do a stool exam and seeing if you got bile coming through? Or, what's going on there? Or is this just a symptomatic guess or diagnosis? In the meantime, what I would do is get off all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, brown, rye, oats. Everybody in the family, the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, everybody's got to be drop dead gluten-free, so there's no cross-contamination in the kitchen, the laundry, the bedroom, the living room where you watch TV and so forth. And then at 60 kilos, I think that'd be maybe 150 to 160 pounds. 5'2", did you say?
Yeah, 69 kilos, 5 foot 3.
Oh, 5'3", okay. 69 kilos, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that'd be about 180 pounds, okay? So at 5'3", this person is 50 pounds overweight, or maybe 60 pounds overweight, okay? So I'd give them 2 meals a day, or keto caramel diet, two meals a day. It doesn't have to be the same meals every day. Be the bar or the shake, not both at the same time. And then remember, none of the bad foods in that third meal. And then I'd have them take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, the full dose of everything twice a day. I would also throw in the ultimate enzymes, take 2 of those, say 2 minutes before each meal with a couple ounces of water, because the ultimate enzymes has bile salts in there that's going to help you if there is a gallbladder problem. It's going to help you by giving you some bile to help you absorb all the stuff that bile does, all this work it does absorbing all the healthy fats and everything and oils and so on. And then I would also throw in the MSM for connective tissue issues in the walls of the colon. So I'd have them throw in 1 bottle a month of the MSM, take 3 of those twice a day or 2, 3 times a day for a total of 6 a day. And then, also Let's see, salt the food heavily. What? My doctor says no salt. Fire your doctor, okay? Salt is required by your chief cells to make stomach acid. And when you get all kinds of pain here in your upper belly and your right side after you eat, it could be the gallbladder, it could be gas, it could be celiac disease, and so on. And so we're going to kind of cover all these bases. And so we do want you to be salting your food with our pink Himalayan salt for breakfast and pink Himalayan salt with black pepper ground for dinner time, okay? And of course, they're in our spice division with longevity. And it's going to help your chief cells make stomach acid so you can keep your stomach sterile and you won't have bacteria actually fermenting your food and creating gas and pain in this area. So we're going to cover all those bases and it all goes away.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Next we have Chloe with her hand up. Chloe, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Doc.
Hi, Chloe.
All right. Well, I'm 48, 5'2", and about 146 pounds. And in February, I went septic. And ever since then, I have not been able to get my kidneys to function. My GFR is between 15 and 17. And my white blood cell count is it's crazy. It's so high.
Okay, stop right there for a minute. Let's go back to your kidneys. Are you urinating?
Yes.
Okay. Do they have you on any kind of medication for your kidneys?
Not for my kidneys, no. They do have a
Okay.
stint. I have a stint from my right kidney to my bladder.
Okay. Do you have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No.
Do you have any respiratory problems, any asthma, bronchitis, or COPD?
No.
Do you have any history of any plaque in your arteries, coronary artery disease, plaque in your carotid arteries, your brain, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes?
I do have diabetes, type 2.
Okay. All right. And you weigh 148 pounds?
Yes.
Okay. So you need to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You're right on that cusp because you have several serious, potentially life-threatening things there. Plus, it's going to put you at a disadvantage if you get COVID. I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. Remember, none of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no sugar. And then I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to get the MSM, 1 bottle a month, so you can take 6 a day, 2, 2, and 2, or 3 and 3, whatever is easier for you, to help you with the connective tissue and all your organs, your body, and your bones, and ligaments, and connective tissue, and your back, and disc, and all that kind of stuff, skin. And then I also want you to get 2 bottles a month of our sweeties. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. As 2 bottles a month, that'll support healthy blood pressure and also blood flow through your blocked arteries. The odds are, the reason why you have a little bit of blood pressure is because you got blocked arteries in your kidneys, and your kidneys releasing a hormone called renin, which drives the blood pressure up. So we want to deal in that area. And then also, I would like you to, let's see, the sweeties, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, take 3 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month. That'll support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in your brain, carotid arteries, coronary arteries in your heart, and also in your kidneys. And again, having 2 or 3 meals a day, a keto caramel meal, you'll lose about half a pound or 2 pounds a day. And in a month or 2, you'll be down in weight to where you're supposed to be. But getting rid of the bad foods, you need to stay on this bad food, good food thing. None of the bad foods forever. You can never go back to them. People say, well, I'm feeling pretty good now. I can go back to my bad habits. No, you don't want to do that. If you want to add 25 years to your life, you got to get rid of the bad stuff and then stay off the bad stuff. Okay, but yeah, everything you've got will go good. These are all nutritional deficiencies, but you got to give up the bad stuff so you can absorb the good stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I also have a UTI that I've had for 7 months now. I've been on like 7 different kinds of antibiotics. Will getting these supplements help in some way with that?
Oh, absolutely. And basically what's going to happen is you're going to make sure that, all your pH of your urine is good. UTIs, urinary tract infections, they say you have that because you have pain on urination or you have cloudy urine or whatever. But that's going along with all this other stuff going along in your kidneys and arteries and all that kind of stuff. And when you begin to clear them up, UTIs will the pain in urination will go away. But if you want, if you want to do something, of course, we have colloidal silver. You could take a half a dropper full of that 2-3 times a day and some water, or in our Rebound, our sports drink, because the colloidal silver kills just about every kind of bug there is, if there are bugs there. Do they culture your urine or just go by symptoms?
No, they culture, and they usually find 2 colonies, whatever that means, but I don't know.
Okay. So they're maybe talking about concentration of bacteria, or they may be talking about 2 different species of bacteria. So you need to ask them what they mean by 2 colonies. Okay. 2 colonies out of a urine sample wouldn't be too exciting. Okay. That can be coming from the outside on the toilet paper kind of thing, as opposed to really being a urinary tract infection, right? And so I need to know more information about that. But in the meantime, we also have Killer Biotic. That's one of our products. You could take 2 doses of that a day, Killer Biotic and colloidal silver. That'll really suppress infections with bacteria and viruses and fungus.
Now, Dr. Wallach, she's been on all of these antibiotics. Would microbiome, she's been on all these different antibiotics. Would microbiome be something that you would suggest that could help to restore her gut flora?
Well, that wouldn't hurt, but you have to appreciate now, here's where the doctors, how does that go? Is your doctor killing you? And the answer is yes, but he's killing you slowly. Isn't there a song? Killing me slowly? Okay.
Killing me slowly.
Yeah. Okay, and so what's happening here, they're treating your symptoms. Okay, which is why they kill 251,000 to 440,000 patients in hospitals every year in America. They treat symptoms. And even again, the British Medical Journal Lancet came out and said that just a few days ago. And so you're a victim here of incomplete treatment, incorrect treatment, and not supplementing properly to give you what you need for everything to go right. Okay, so we've given you the diet, we've given you the supplement program, we've given you some supplements that will help you tamp down, the density of any bugs you got going. And so give us a call in a week or 2 weeks and let us know how it's going. You'll be a great testimony for a lot of people.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome, wonderful. So Dr. Wallach, Ryan has a really good question. I am in front of the computer all day long for work, for school, virtual meetings. What supplements should I take for my eyes? I'm 135 pounds, 5 foot 3 inches tall, and in my 60s.
Okay, well, in addition, okay, you want to always remember ONA, optic nerve atrophy, which is a squeezing of the second cranial nerve, the optic nerve, by osteoporosis of the skull. In that age group is going to be very high probability. So what was the weight? 100 and what?
So 135 pounds. And then one more thing, pain in the left side, 1 inch and deep from left hip bone.
From the left hip bone, okay. All right. So yeah, it could be arthritis in the hip. It could be a disc problem in the lumbar area of the back, squeezing one of the sciatic nerves, any of that kind of stuff. And so again, we're talking 135 pounds. Get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, iron, oats, no sugar. Maximize absorption of the good stuff. Get rid of the inflammation out of the intestines. Let the small intestine heal so it can increase the efficiency of absorption. And then I would take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Get another bottle of our selenium. 1 bottle of selenium comes with the healthy brain and heart pack. And our selenium has 5 cofactors in it that solve a lot of problems. So don't just run to Walgreens and get some selenium. Get ours because it's got the 5 cofactors in it. And so you'll be able to take 3 twice a day, 3 from the bottle that comes with the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, and 3 from this added bottle of selenium, okay? And then 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those twice a day in case it's the disc between the vertebrae or vertebrae down to the lumbar area. Also, you got things going on in maybe the hip, also the osteoporosis of the skull, so that's all important. I'd also get 2 bottles a month of our vitamin D3, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. I'd also get the glucogel, get 1 bottle of our glucogel capsules, and take 3 or 4 of those twice a day, or you can get 2 quarts of the liquid a day and take an ounce of the liquid glucogel twice a day. Again, to help rebuild the skull, rebuild the vertebrae, the disc between the vertebrae, the hip bone, and so on. And let's see here. I think we got all the symptoms there. So what?
Yep, I think you got it.
Okay.
All right. We're coming close to the top of the hour, so I want to go ahead and get a quick question here.
Okay.
So Bruce used to be 5'10", is now 5'5", 179 pounds, 75 years old. He has osteogenesis imperfecta.
Imperfecta. Mm-hmm.
Yep, AFib, mild kidney disease. His parathyroid was removed 30 years ago because of ongoing kidney stones.
Okay, well, the doctor should be put in jail because when he had kidney stones, his parathyroid glands were pulling calcium out of his bones because he had a calcium deficiency, and the parathyroid glands are trying to keep the calcium up in his blood where it's supposed to be. That's what caused the kidney stones and bladder stones. Kidney stones and bladder stones are not caused by too much calcium in the diet. It's caused by not enough calcium in the diet. If you do a hair analysis and the calcium's off the roof, or you get a blood sample and the calcium's off the roof, then, oh my God, stop, no dairy, no cheese, no milk, no ice cream, no dairy, no calcium supplements, can't take supplements that have calcium in them. That doctor should be put in jail, okay? And they surgically removed his parathyroid glands who were trying to save him. They should go to jail, okay, for that, okay? And he shrunk 5 inches. And so I guarantee you, he's got some sciatica, some, stuff going on his feet and lower back, and so on. And so he needs to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, butter, iron, oats, no sugar. And then you said he weighed 170 something, I think?
169 pounds.
Oh, 169 pounds, okay. So 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want him to have 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he could take 9 a day, 3 with each meal. Going to help rebuild the disc between the vertebrae. He may get back an inch or 2 of his height, take some of the pressure off those spinal nerves. AFib, he had AFib, right?
Yes.
That's caused by osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, which controls the rate and rhythm of the heart. Also squeezing the first, 4th thoracic spinal nerves, okay, because they shrunk and those vertebrae are closer together, smashing those. And I have to stop there for a moment with the AFib thing. That's totally reversible, okay? But I want to go to Elijah Cummings from Baltimore, Maryland. He was a U.S. congressman there for, 35 years, 68 years old, a beautiful man, just a wonderful guy. He had atrial fibrillation, like this person, okay? Had AFib. And so he goes to Baltimore, Maryland, he goes to Johns Hopkins, and they say, look, you got AFib, you're going to get a stroke here with your irregular heartbeat. We got to do an ablation, which is they're going to kill a portion of your heart muscle that's making your heart do crazy things, and it'll stop that, and then you won't get a stroke. He said, well, I have to do it. They said, yeah, you got to do it. So they took him to the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Remember, this is a U.S. congressman, been there for 35 years, 68 years old. They take him in. They anesthetize him in the surgery department, get 2 of the Johns Hopkins faculty who are heart surgeons. They cut his chest open and they open him up, take a hot soldering iron and touch his heart to stop it from doing weird things, and they kill him immediately. 3 seconds after they touched his heart with that hot soldering iron, they killed him. A U.S. congressman. Those 2 doctors go out and have a hamburger, a cheeseburger with a shake and say, oh, we didn't expect that to happen. And the next day, they don't even remember Elijah Cummings' name. That's one of those things where they killed him and they got to walk. Now, anybody else, if a painter would kill you by accidentally hitting you in the head with a can of paint, you'd probably go to jail for what? Manslaughter or something. And so these doctors don't even get charged with manslaughter. They don't even get laid off for 2 months and doctor pay 2 months. They just keep on going. Okay. And so this is something where, again, you need that MSM, you need the glucogel, you need the vitamin D3 to rebuild those discs, rebuild the skull, get the pressure off those 4 spinal nerves, first 4 thoracic spinal nerves, get the pressure off the 10th cranial nerve, which is the vagus nerve, all of which control the rate and rhythm of the heart. Do not get an ablation. And I would find a different bunch of doctors, because if you have all this stuff going on, they've been treating you for years, they're not the right people.
Right. I agree. Scary stuff. And for me, it just common sense. You don't put a soldering iron to the heart, but that's just me.
But see, it has a medical term. It's called an ablation.
Ablation. Yeah. Let's just change the word. All right, Dr. Wallach, we are at the top of the hour. Let's take a quick 5-minute break. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and hanging in there. We do have lots of questions and hands coming up that we will be addressing here quickly. Again, go to AskDocLive.com. You will find our store there with all the products that Dr. Wallach is mentioning. You'll have the replays there, and you'll have a contact us. If you would like to have a personal consultation, go ahead and send a contact us email to us. And also, if you are interested in helping us spread the word that people are empowered to take control of their own health, and you would like to become a distributor on our team with us, send us a message through contact us, and we would be happy to figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and if we're a right fit for you. So again, this is Rebecca Kozak. I will be right back. Stick around, because there's another hour coming right up. All right. So that, Dr. Wallach, you didn't even take 5 minutes. You're fantastic. So let's go to, he has his hand up. He's the next one in line as far as the chat goes. And that is Scott Sutton. Scott, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach. Share with us what's going on.
Hi, Doc. This is Scott Sutton here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I'm 67 years old, 5'7", 157 pounds, and I have a polycystic kidney disease. Apparently you're born with it. They said it was genetic, but I don't believe that.
Nope.
And I'm on, I have also had a transplant because the kidneys went out in 2002, was on dialysis for 2 years, got the transplant, it's been working for 16 years. But I wanted to get to the bottom of the polycystic kidney disease, and I wonder if there's any way I could reverse it.
Okay, well, if you had a kidney transplant, you don't have to worry about polycystic kidney disease anymore, because that was your mom was missing stuff when the kidneys were forming in the embryo, and you got the inability to empty all the urine out. Is producing urine, but there was no connection with the tubes to the exit. That's what the cyst or the urine filling up, and they can't get out.
Right.
Okay. But if you've had a transplant, you shouldn't have polycystic kidney disease anymore.
Well, they're still there. They didn't take them out, so I just thought maybe I'd like to know.
Oh, they left the kidneys in and added new kidneys?
Yeah, I got 3 kidneys. 2 of them are bums.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, that's a meaningless thing. They're not hurting you.
Yeah. So what's the genetic defect?
There is no genetic defect. It's just your mom was missing something. She didn't take her prenatal vitamins when she was pregnant. You got a defect in your kidney.
Okay.
Piece of the puzzle's missing.
Okay. Is there any nutritional deficiency that you could name that did, like selenium or zinc or something like that? Or
it wouldn't be selenium. It could be zinc caused that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was, you're 60-something years old now?
Yeah, I'm 67, born in 1952.
Yeah, okay, so,
And she drank, smoked, took drugs. It was not a good day, so.
Well, you're lucky that's all the problem you had.
I know. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Take your 90 essential nutrients. You know, you weigh 100 and what?
157.
157. Okay. Take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day.
Okay.
Go ahead and take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, so 3 of those twice a day. Support healthy blood pressure, healthy blood flow through blocked arteries.
Okay.
And then I would throw in the MSM, 1 bottle of those per month. So you can take 3 twice a day. Just because of your age, you probably have some stuff going on in your cartilage and ligaments and tendons and connective tissue. You have some white hair, don't you?
Yeah, I got a little white hair.
Okay. Do you have any varicose veins or spider veins in your legs?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Well, the same thing that causes white hair, the same deficiency that causes white hair causes spider veins and varicose veins.
Okay.
Okay. Now, those can be problematic, but you can survive the problems if you have varicose veins. But there is another disease people get when you have that same deficiency, okay, called aneurysms. You get an aneurysm in your brain arteries, you get an aneurysm in your coronary artery, you get you get an aneurysm in your aorta.
Okay.
When they rupture, you die immediately, like you've been shot through the heart.
Okay.
Okay, so you really need to take those 2 healthy brain and heart packs, take a full dose of everything twice a day, get rid of all the bad foods, you can maximize absorption, get the bang for your buck there.
Okay.
Your hair color will come back, your varicose veins and spider veins will go away, and you'll add 25 years to your life.
Okay. Can I ask you one question? Can I mention one thing? I'm taking the Tangy Tangerine original formula, OsteoFX, EFAs, selenium, zinc, and digestive enzymes. So that's what I'm on right now.
Okay, now, is that our selenium?
Yeah, no, it's yours. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the reason I'm asking that is all other seleniums on the market are just selenium.
Right.
Our selenium is selenium plus 5 cofactors, and it's one of those cofactors that when you're deficient in that, you get aneurysms, you get varicose veins, you get white hair, you get wrinkles, and all that kind of stuff. And so that's why we put it in there with the selenium, so that it would deal with all these things that run with a selenium deficiency. Okay.
Okay, I'm taking 1 a day. Should it be more like 2?
1 a day, 1 selenium a day.
Yeah.
You need 3 twice a day, brother.
Okay, I better get going on that.
Yeah, I only weigh 142, and I take 9 a day, 3 with each meal.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selenium.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Doc. Thanks for your time.
Hey, you bet.
All right, Scott, thank you. Next, Dr. Wallach, we have Jerry H. with his hand up, and also he's got a really good question for you, Dr. Wallach.
Okay.
Jerry, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, Jerry.
Oh, let's try that one more time. You came unmuted and then muted again. Okay, so while we're waiting, oh, now we hear you. Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, I've been watching for 4 weeks, and 3 weeks I watched you, but I couldn't get on, but I finally got on this week.
Okay, how can we help you?
Okay, well, main reason I'm partially blind, and well, I'd be legally probably.
Okay, let's stop there for a minute. Stop.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is this a gradual loss of vision over a period of years, or did it just wake up one morning you're partially blind?
No, well, let me tell you, it started out, I played football in high school, and this is one of your bad diagnoses. I got diagnosed having a pinched nerve. I had a blood clot about the size of a small piece. It was right where my optic nerves crosses. I went a week and I conked out. I went to the hospital. They took that clot out, and so it's gone. So but then I was in a coma for 6 weeks after that. The clot was gone, but I was in a coma for 6 weeks, and so.
Okay, so you've been partially blind for some years.
Yeah, since 1969, and then
Okay.
I had small strokes. And whenever I have those, it's where my eyes are, and it bothered my eyes. I'd have them in the night when I'm sleeping. And
Okay. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
I weigh 180 pounds.
Okay. And do you have any other issues? Any skin issues, eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
Yes, I have eczema in my scalp, and then
Okay.
I have toe fungus.
Okay. Do you have any high blood pressure or diabetes?
No.
Okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears, any tinnitus, anything like that?
when I go to sleep at night, I hear it sounds like an air nozzle on. That's right.
Okay. Okay. Shh, shh, shh. Okay. And then, do you ever get hiccups?
Nope.
Okay. Have you lost your sense of smell or taste?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, the fact that you have psoriasis or eczema in your scalp,
Yeah.
this tells me that you have a severe gluten problem. Your intestines are not allowing you to absorb.
I'm on your diet completely. Because I lost.
Okay. Do you live in the house with other people?
Yeah, my wife.
Does she eat gluten?
She's been on NutraSweet diet, and if there's gluten in that, she's probably eating gluten.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would say you're getting cross-contaminated if you have eczema or psoriasis in your scalp. Okay. And so do you have white, gray, or silver hair?
What?
Do you have white, gray, or silver hair? Because I can't see you.
Just
Yeah,
a little
okay.
bit of white in my hair.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like being a little bit pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those. There you go.
Oh,
You either
Yeah,
is or you
yeah.
ain't. Yeah. Yeah. You is or you ain't. Okay. So, and you weigh 100 and
about 180 pounds.
180 pounds. Okay. So
Yeah.
you need to get rid of all the gluten out of your life, whether it's the dog food, the cat food, the bird food, your spouse, everybody in the household, anybody who comes to visit, they can't be eating gluten because you get cross-contaminated on the couch, the bed, the cooking, everything. So you got to no wheat, butter, or oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils. If you're going to drink beer, okay, if you drink, okay, let me talk. Let me talk. If you drink beer, it's got to be Japanese or Chinese beer made from rice. Wine is okay because it's made from grapes and berries, right? And so you can drink a vodka because it's made from potatoes, kind of thing. So I mean, you got to watch it. You can get gluten from in many different directions. And then again, I would crank up and, you know, kind of go up to the next notch here because you've got some things that are saying you may have aneurysms in your brain or your aorta or something that could drop dead, that white hair. And so I want you to, at 180 pounds, I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose to everything twice a day, because it's going to give you the selenium with those 5 cofactors. It's going to help you with your arteries and your veins. Your hair color will come back, telling you that good things are happening. And then I also need you to get the 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 9 of those a day, 3 with each meal. I want you to get 2 bottles of the glucogel capsules, so you can take 15 a day, 5, 5, and 5, to rebuild connective tissue, which include your skin, your arteries, your disc between your vertebrae, your skull. Because you have osteoporosis of the skull, that's why you hear that weird noise. It's a squeezing of the auditory branch of the 8th cranial nerve. Do you ever get an irregular heartbeat or fast heart rate, tachycardia or AFib, anything like that? Hello?
Oh, he got muted. Hold on. Go ahead and unmute, Jerry. There you go.
I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have any of that, no.
Okay. All right. Then give us a call every couple of weeks. You're going to be a great, great story. The odds are you're not going to get your vision back because you've been dealing with this for 50 years. Okay. And so
Well,
the odds are not.
I have got some vision back since I've taken the pills and everything.
Okay. Well, that means that your skull is squeezing the optic nerve. Okay. So that means that's okay. Okay. I appreciate that.
When I lost the last time when I had that stroke at night, I woke up and everything was screwed up. I lost my peripheral vision. Now I have vision that I do see on my right side,
Okay.
on my left side, and my right
Okay,
side.
well, call us every couple of weeks and give us an update. And anytime you go to a doctor and get some kind of update, give us an update, and you will help a lot of people. We appreciate that. Okay, Rebecca, let's go on to the next one.
All right, Dr. Wallach. So my next question has to do with a woman who's 5'7", 210 pounds, suffering from obesity, hypothyroidism, depression. She's had gastrointestinal issues, including GERD, esophageal ulcer. And she did give up gluten. She's given up oils, nitrates, and cut way back on the sugar since listening to you. She's lost 40 pounds, but she needs to lose another 70 pounds. Addressing the hypothyroidism and the depression as well, please.
Okay. Well, she weighs 210
at 5'7".
Okay. Yeah, she should weigh, if a woman, 150 to 160 pounds. So she could, lose about 50 pounds. I want her to have 2 or 3 meals a day, need to be a keto caramel diet, either the shake or the bar, 2 or 3 meals. Her third meal should be rice and sweet potatoes and vegetables and fish and poultry and red meat, nothing fried, no gluten, all that kind of stuff, got to be right. And then I want her to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, the full dose, everything twice a day. I also want her to have the MSM. She could take 2 bottles of that to where she's getting 3 of those tablets 3 times a day to rebuild skin, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself, all that kind of stuff. She also needs vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. And then for depression, I want her to get on the Ultimate Daily Classic tablet so she can get more blood supply to the brain. I want her to take 3 of those twice a day, support healthy blood pressure and blood flow to the brain, the heart, the kidneys. But I also want her to get our de-stress capsules, capital D, like David-stress. She can take 3 of those twice a day. And I also want her to take the Ultimate Niacin Plus. She could take 1 of those twice a day, as 1 bottle a month. And then, call us every couple of weeks and give us a status report on her weight and what's going on with her, her emotions and stuff like that, because this is very quickly reversible by getting rid of the bad foods and getting on all the proper nutrition.
Awesome. Now, with the hypothyroidism, is there certain foods that she needs to eliminate?
Yeah, thank you. She does need to eliminate the cruciferous vegetables for any thyroid problems. It's cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale. To eliminate, everybody in the household has got to eliminate them, okay? And then she also could take, if she wants to, she can speed up the healing process of her thyroid by taking 2 bottles a month of our Ocean's Gold. Take 3 of those twice a day. It's made from the minerals that are extracted from sea vegetation, where everything, from kelp to kelp and seaweed and that sort of stuff, and it works every time. The thyroid is very happy with Ocean's Gold. 3
awesome,
twice
wonderful.
a day.
All right. So next we have, with their hand up, we have Joy. Joy, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Joy. My son is 7 years old. He is 53 inches tall. He weighs 43.8 kg, and he was diagnosed with autism level 2 ADHD, and he is too hyperactive. So I don't know if there is any treatment for him.
Yes. Okay. Well, first of all, he and everybody in the family have to be gluten-free. Everybody in the family, you, dad, brothers and sisters, dog, cat, bird, fish, grandma, everybody's got to be gluten-free. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats, no sugar. And then at 100 pounds, he's 100 pounds, okay, I'd have him take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, get another bottle of selenium, so he could take 3 of those twice a day. The bottle of selenium comes with the healthy brain and heart pack. And then I want him to have the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day, 2 bottles a month. 1 of the Ultimate Niacin Plus twice a day, that's 1 bottle a month. I also, let's see, I also would like him to have the, let's see here. Oh, I hear a dog in the background. Make sure the dog's food is gluten-free.
I don't have a dog.
Okay. Yeah, but he also, I'd also have him take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. He could take 3 of those twice a day and get the blood circulating through the brain properly and call us every couple of weeks and give us a progress report, he could turn around very quickly. But he's got to stay on this diet forever. He can never go back to the bad stuff. And he has to stay on the supplement program forever. And as he gains weight, he's to increase the dosage based on the weight.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. So
I'm hearing
next,
somebody playing the banjo.
well, I know she's in another country and internet is not quite strong there.
Okay.
But anyways, let's go. I'm sorry, Joy, we're not able to make out what you're saying.
No.
Oh, she did say thank you. I heard that. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next question, Dr. Wallach. And the next question is, they've had a diagnosis.
You're breaking up. I can't understand you now. I cannot understand you. You're breaking up, Rebecca.
Diagnosis of psoriasis in 1996. So bad on the scalp, face, forehead, chin, throat, around the ears, eyes and eyebrows, inside the nose and ears. Did you catch
How much
any
does
of
she
that?
weigh? Yeah, I got the psoriasis piece. Anything else
Okay.
or just the psoriasis?
So it's got body inflammation, tinnitus, balance problems, nausea, racing thoughts, even developed a fear of heights.
How old is she?
56 years old at 5'3" and does not give a weight. Oh, fluctuates between 180 and 191 pounds.
And she's 5'6"?
She's 5'3".
5'3". Yeah, well, she's 50, 60 pounds overweight. She has osteoporosis of the skull. That's why she has tinnitus, ringing in the ears. She has dizzy problems and balance problems. Okay, squeezing the auditory and the vestibular branch of the 8th cranial nerve while that stuff is happening. And so she's getting rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, oats. She needs to be on 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And I want her to have the MSM, 3 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month. She needs the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. I want her to have the Ultimate Niacin Plus. 1 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month. I want her to have 3 of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets for circulation of the brain and the heart and the eyes and everything. So she needs, let's see here. She needs 3 of those twice a day, 2 bottles a month. And all that stuff will come right, okay? Because this is all just nutritional deficiencies caused by the psoriasis, okay? And of course, the skin problems will go away very quickly when she does exactly as I said.
All right, now she has another question because it does look like she was on Synthroid. So something else to consider. But she said she started taking supplements in March and is on a bovine capsule, pituitary, thymus, spleen, bone marrow, and liver, and wants to know if that's safe.
Well, it might be safe, but it's not going to help her, okay? If she wants, what those things are going to do, see, whoever gave her that prescription is thinking she's got something going on with her pituitary or her thalamus or something like that in her brain. What she really needs is our HGH. She could take 5 of those twice a day. It's a big bottle. She'll be able to take 5 of those twice a day. Make sure she's eating 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolk, soft boiled, soft yolk, soft poached, soft yolk, soft scrambled with butter. Hard-boiled eggs don't count. And all that'll come right. But, you know, all this other stuff she's taking, she's piecemealing it. If she wants to take that along with what we're taking, it's an added expense. It's not going to be that much helpful. But, you know, I don't know if her son told her to take it or what, you know, what do I know?
Right. All right. And just as a reminder, you can go to AskDocLive.com. You will find all of the products that Dr. Wallach is mentioning, including the replays of our shows. And if you want to speak to somebody live, if you're not comfortable using the computer and you'd like to speak to somebody live, we do have a call team that's standing by at 855-949-7234. But if you are already working with a distributor, you've been giving a protocol, get back with them. They're the ones that has the vested interest in you and making sure you get exactly what you need and nothing more. Dr. Wallach, we now have McQueen with her hand up in our audience today. McQueen, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hello.
So McQueen, I do show that you're unmuted if you want to go ahead and start your questions. No? Okay, so let's move on to Alan Ross. Alan, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
76 years old, good health, 160 pounds, 5'10". I'm going in for a triple bypass.
Okay, now stop there for a minute. You just said you're in good health and you're going in for a triple bypass. What planet have you come from, sir?
You tell me. Actually, I have had a stent installed 9 years ago. I'm on the Mighty 90, gluten-free, and it just, I go in yearly to the cardiologist, and they did the nuclear test, found 3 blockage, two at the Y, 1.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
You weigh 180 pounds?
No, I weigh 160 pounds.
160 pounds, okay. You're not in good health. You are in a grave danger.
You're right.
Not only from your blockages in your arteries, but the fact that you have agreed to go in and let them do a bypass surgery on you. You're in grave danger. You're the sort of person that doesn't come out alive.
Okay.
Okay. 160 pounds. You need to get rid of all the bad foods.
Gotcha.
Okay, no fried foods, let's see here, no processed meats of any kind.
Right.
Absolutely no gluten, no sugar, no oils, all that's got to go.
Right.
You've been eating bad foods, that's your problem. Then I want you say you're 160 pounds.
Correct.
Okay, then I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose everything twice a day, the healthy brain and heart pack, 2 a month. That's a full dose everything twice a day. I also want you to get the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I want you to take 3 of those. I want you to take 3 bottles monthly. Take 3 with each meal. That's going to support healthy blood flow for blocked arteries in your brain, your heart, your carotid arteries, your kidneys, every place you got arteries. It doesn't just occur in your coronary arteries. It occurs everywhere when you have blockages. Okay, and then I also want you to take some anti-inflammatory stuff. I want you to take the pollen burst. You can go ahead and take 2 servings a day of that. Comes in either powder or capsules. I like the blueberry myself. It has SOD in it, superoxide dismutase, great antioxidant. It'll help your arteries recover, and your arteries will repair those where you have plaque in the arteries. There is no cholesterol in your plaque. There is no cholesterol that causes the plaque. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease.
I'm aware.
Now, okay, are you on statin drugs? Do the doctors prescribe statin drugs? Okay, good.
No, I was a long time ago.
Okay.
No longer.
Not, okay, good. And then, let's see here. I would also throw in the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Okay, you can go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. And that's going to, well, let me back up here. I want you to take the Cell Shield RTQ. That's what I want you to take. Cell Shield RTQ. Cell Shield RTQ. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. And a very, very heavy duty antioxidant is going to reduce almost immediately the inflammation in your arteries and let more blood flow through there. Give us 90 days before you submit to any cardiac surgery. Just always remember Elijah Cummings up at Johns Hopkins Medical School. And all he needed was a change in diet and some supplements, and they killed him with one of their procedures. The coronary artery bypass is one of the most common causes of death in hospitals in America. Okay, You start messing with the blood supply to the heart, and you already have long-term artery problems there. You have blood clot problems, all these kind of things, and they're wanting to do surgery on you. That means that tuition is due for your cardiologist's son to go to college, and he needs the money.
Well, I went into the surgeon, and the surgeon looked at my Mighty 90, and he said it was awfully high in B12 supplements. Can you respond to that?
Fire your doctor.
Okay. I understand. I'm just
Okay.
trying to stop. Is this going to stop it's going to take 90 days to clear the arteries out. Is that what you're telling me?
No, but I'm saying, I'm banking on the fact that you're going to do bad things during that 90 days.
Okay.
Very few people do everything perfect. Well, I can cheat this once. I'm going out to eat with my brothers and what the heck. Okay. And so people cheat and they cheat and they cheat. And so, if you do everything right, you get rid of your problems in 2 to 4 weeks. But give me 90 days because I know you're going to cheat in there.
I don't cheat.
Okay.
I don't cheat. I
Okay,
follow.
Okay. What I want you to do, I want you to call every 2 weeks and give us an update.
10-4. Thanks for your time.
And if your doctor's still alive in 90 days, call us and let us know how he's doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Alan. All right, Dr. Wallach. So Mark has a question. Can you explain eating butter? What kind of butter is better and how much? Because you say
Okay, actually, yeah,
I
I actually have a CD out. It's entitled "A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away," because I want you to replace all the oils in your diet. Salad dressings, cooking oils, extra virgin olive oil. All those things got to go. Not margarine. It's got to be butter. Okay. I like salted butter, and I maybe 2-3 days a week I'll eat a stick of butter like a popsicle. Okay, I just eat it. Okay, because good fats are good for you, and butter. In the Bible, where's the place where people live the longest and the healthiest? The land flowing with what?
milk and honey.
Milk and honey. Does butter come from milk? Yes.
The best
What?
part of the milk.
Yeah. And of course, mother's breast milk is milk. Okay. And so it's one of those things where anybody who says milk is bad for you, needs to, get put into jail or something. Milk is not bad because they're thinking cholesterol, the milk fat is where they're coming from. They're missing it by 1,000 miles. And so that's why we have such trouble with our healthcare system, because there's so much misinformation flipping around out there. And that's why my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, because I showed there are no genetic diseases, there are no genetic birth defects. And if you do everything right, you can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life.
Awesome. Now another food question that we have here, Dr. Wallach. Can you tell us the correct type of rice to eat?
Okay, the only rice you have to avoid is fried rice. You can eat wild rice, you can eat white rice, red rice, yellow rice, but absolutely no fried rice, because it's cooking with butter or, burning it with butter or burning it with oils. So you don't want that. But steamed rice, boiled rice, wild rice, brown rice, red rice, rice is rice except for fried rice.
All right. So now we have Allie is writing in here, Dr. Wallach. She's down to 110 pounds. She's 5'9", 60 years old, diagnosed with throat cancer 11 months ago, had radiation, chemo treatments. Cancer has now spread to the left lung and lower lumbar, concerned daily for weight loss, about a pound a day. On a G tube for feeding, unable to hold down formula, eventually throws it up. Last week had about 2 to 3 cups of water per day. And the last 4 days maybe had 1 11-ounce formula every other day. Sometimes eventually throwing that up.
Okay, here's what she needs to do, is get something like one of these baby formulas, Infamil, okay? A baby milk replacer. And then I
Okay.
want her to soft scramble some eggs with butter and mix the soft scrambled eggs with butter into this formula, milk formula. I also want her to take, eat like the kids' toddy. She could take the kids' toddy. It'd be kind of one serving for 50 pounds of body weight. Sounds like she needs 2-3 servings a day. She could also have our Rebound or sports drink instead of just water and kind of sip on it, you know, a half ounce, then a half hour later, another half ounce. Don't be trying to slug down a whole 12-ounce can at one time, because she has a volume capacity problem because of the cancer and so forth. And, you know, the odds are that she's in big trouble. I'm sure that the doctors have given her a time. They say you may have less than a year to live, something of that nature. And so Coretta Scott King, the wife of Martin Luther King Jr., she was in the same situation when I met her some years ago. She was only given weeks to live. And by doing what I just shared with you for this lady, she lived for 3 more years, was able to participate in the civil rights movement very effectively with her son, Martin Luther King III, for 3 years. But if she didn't do what I said, she would have died in just a couple of weeks. And so, you know, there's no, other than God's hand is going to be able to grant her full redemption here and get perfect and live forever. But if she wants to maximize her time on this earth, she's got to really be proactive and do the things we've just said, and stay away from the bad stuff. And, you know, again, if they're saying she's got, you know, less than 3 months to live or less than 6 months to live, but say somebody's as tall as she is, weighs less than 100 pounds, she's in big trouble. And she has metastasis to her lungs and her, and I think she said her kidneys or.
Let's see, it was to the lung and lower lumbar.
Oh, lower lumbar. Okay. Yeah. And so, yeah, she's in trouble. And the odds are she's going to pass, but we're all going to pass. But we can add many useful days and months to her time if she will do what we just said.
I'm very encouraged because she lists all of the products that you mentioned, plus RTQ, Immortalium, Z-Radical, Ocean's Gold. Now, her final question is, can the Immortalium, which with cancer, does she want to take the Immortalium?
Well, personally, I would not, because what Immortalium does is it drives cells to make new cells. And so I wouldn't want to complicate things by using the Immortalium. I would leave that one out.
Okay. And she wants to know if those pills can be crushed and put into the feeding bag.
All the pills, yeah, I do this all the time, where people are unconscious and they're in comas and are being fed through a G-tube in a nursing home or a hospital. We put, you know, grind up all the tablets and pills and capsules and open the capsules and put them with one of our shakes. She could use a shake, instead of making a shake with water, make a shake with a heavy cream.
Awesome. And they're super yummy that way, I just have to say. All right, so next we have Rob with his hand up. Rob, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach. Rob Neal, go ahead and unmute yourself. Nope. All right, let's go to Ross. Ross Viller, you are on live with Dr. Wallach. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead, Ross.
Hello, thank you for having me. I am 180 pounds, 5'1", and I have herniated disc since I was 21, and I'm 37 years old. I live in constant pain.
Okay. Do you have any other issues? Do you have any skin issues, eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No.
Do you have any diabetes or high blood pressure?
No.
Do you have any white hair?
A little.
Okay. Do you have any varicose veins or spider veins in your legs?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, 5'1", I'd like to see you weigh 110, so you need to lose about 70 pounds. So 2 of your 3 meals a day should be one of our keto caramel meals, either a shake or a bar. Doesn't have to be the same meals every day, but 2 or 3 meals each day should be a keto caramel meal. You'll lose a half a pound, 2 pounds a day.
Okay.
And then at 180 pounds, I want you to start out with 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, the full dose everything twice a day. I also, would like you to go ahead and be sure you're getting rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, oats, no sugar, and no cheat days, no cheat meal. Everybody in your household, dog, cat, bird, fish, spouse, partner, roommates, renters, kids, grandkids, everybody's got to be drop dead gluten-free, so there's no cross-contamination on the couch, the bed, the cooking area, okay, the food preparation surfaces and so forth. Everything's got to be drop dead gluten-free so you can maximize absorption of the nutrition. Okay, but you'll be amazed. You'll lose a half a pound, 2 pounds a day, and the hair color will come back. If you have any wrinkles, that kind of stuff, those things will repair themselves. So you're going to look 25 years younger after just a couple of months.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I do have another question, if you don't mind. My mother-in-law, she's 73 years old, and she has Alzheimer's. And right now she's like a baby. I don't know her height and I don't know her weight.
Okay, well, let's just go by 100.
Osteoporosis.
Okay, well, she got osteoporosis. She's 70-something years old. Let's go by per 100 pounds of body weight. And she's got Alzheimer's disease. Now, doctors will call all dementias Alzheimer's disease because they get paid the most for the diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease. There's 8 different dementias. There's no rule that says you can't have 1 or 3 or 5 or 6 or 7 or all 8 dementias. So I always treat for all 8 and we get very good results. Absolutely no bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats. And then at 180, you say she weighs 180 pounds like you do, or? Oh,
No, I don't know her weight.
Okay. Is she your size or smaller?
No, taller.
Weight.
Oh,
is she your weight?
She's really skinny. Really skinny.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. So let's go with one healthy brain and heart pack per month. 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. A half a dose of everything twice a day, except for the selenium. I want you to get her another bottle of selenium so she could take 3 twice a day. I want her to have the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. She could take 2 bottles of those a month, take 3 twice a day. And then I want her to have the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. I want her to have 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks. Hard-boiled eggs don't count. I want her to have a stick of butter a day, not fried. It can be melted, but not fried. She can have rice. She can have sweet potatoes, but no wheat, bread, rye, or oats. And I also, let's see here, want her to have the, we have Memory FX. She could take 3 of those twice a day, Memory FX. I want her to take that. And let's see, we've covered all the bases there. So let's go all those places. And call us every couple of weeks. Let us know. I've had people who were in comas for 8 years and diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and being fed with the G-tube for 8 years. In 3 days' time, they came totally 100% normal. And so this can happen very quickly. Okay.
So how do we go about feeding her those supplements? Because she eats like a baby food.
Okay, she eats them in her mouth?
Yeah, she don't eat like solid.
Okay. Well, she's going to have them either mixed in rice or applesauce or mashed sweet potatoes or maybe in milk or something. Okay. And she's going to have
everything can be mixed. With food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You bet. Yeah. Give us a call. Let us know how she's doing. God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right, Dr. Wallach. We have Rob now who has unmuted. Rob, go ahead. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, do I have time without cheating anybody to give myself and my dog, or just me?
I'd just go with you.
Okay, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. I am type 2 diabetic, but right now I'm just concerned about doing something with my eyes. I want to be able to read a book without wearing these cheap glasses.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
Okay, let's see here. Do you have any skin problems?
No.
Okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears, any tinnitus, you know?
Yep.
No. Okay.
Yep.
And do you have any dental problems? You know, receding
Well,
gums, loose teeth, dentures, yes, no?
yeah, I've lost some teeth. Yeah, but
Okay.
but not bad enough to stop me from eating. Yeah.
That's not the question. The answer is yes. Okay.
Yes.
Then, do you have any balance problems, any dizziness or vertigo?
No.
Okay, but you do have that tinnitus or ringing in your ears.
Yes.
Okay, you
sure.
have osteoporosis. You have osteoporosis of the skull, and that can be squeezing the optic nerve, which is cranial nerve number 2, causing a gradual loss of vision. And people don't have glaucoma. You know, they don't have pressure in the eyes. They don't have cataracts. They don't have macular degeneration, but they're gradually losing their vision. That's ONA, optic nerve atrophy, because the skull is squeezing the optic nerve, just like when you get the tinnitus, the ringing in the ear, the skull is squeezing the auditory branch of the 8th cranial nerve. Or do you have any fast heart rate or any AFib, any irregular heart rate, anything like that?
No, just high blood pressure.
Okay. And again, you weigh how much?
195.
195. Okay. None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, oats, no sugar. Then I would have you take 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to get 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 with each meal, help rebuild everything from the disc between your vertebrae, bones, bone matrix, help you rebuild skin, artery walls, all that kind of stuff, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. And then I want you to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, take 3 of those twice a day, that's 2 bottles a month. I would also take the de-stress capsules, take 3 of those twice a day, that's 2 bottles a month. And I would take a couple of anti-inflammatories. I would take the pollen burst to reduce the inflammation in your eyes and your brain and your skull and every place else. So I'd go ahead and take the pollen burst to 2 servings a day. I like the blueberry flavor because it's got the SOD, superoxide dismutase, in it.
Okay.
Take 2 servings of that a day. Also the Cell Shield RTQ, go ahead and take 2 servings of that a day. And then it wouldn't hurt to throw in the Vision FX, take 3 of those twice a day, okay? And our Occutive, you can take 1 twice a day, that'll be 2 bottles a month, they only come 30 in a bottle. And then call us every couple of weeks on Friday, you know, get on the Zoom here and give us a progress report, because you're gonna have a great, great testimony. You'll help a lot of people.
Okay, quick question. I used to eat Spam like crazy. Spam's gone, huh?
Spam?
Yeah. That meat? That in
Oh,
the
yeah,
can?
that's processed. Well, it's processed meat. You can't eat that stuff.
Okay.
No spam.
right. Well,
And
thank you.
there are no such, you're welcome. There are no such things as healthy bacon. People say, well, I'm getting the nitrate-free bacon. Well, you just, you know, die 2 days later. You know, it's you know, there's no processed meats.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, appreciate you.
Okay, thank you. All right, how we doing here, Rebecca?
All right, we have 10 more minutes, Dr. Wallach. I have several more questions for you that have been emailed in, and then we've got another one in the chat. But Yvonne is 83 years old, 5'5", 110 pounds. 3 years ago was diagnosed with Parkinson's. She's fallen, broken her neck, cervical, looks like cervical number 2.
Mm-hmm.
6 months later, she fell, had bleeding in the back of the brain. Diagnosis was CHF and AFib. And when trying to have cataracts removed, something about the TSA, I'm not quite understanding what she's writing here.
Okay, okay, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, she's 80 something years old. She got all
83.
these issues, and yeah, and she weighs how much?
She weighs 110 pounds at 5'5".
Okay. Now I want her to get rid of all the bad foods: no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, oats. She has osteoporosis of the skull as well as every bone in her body. That's why she's getting all these fractures and falling and all that kind of stuff. And so in addition to getting rid of all the bad foods, she needs to take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, get another bottle of Artery, so she can take 3 of those twice a day and a half a dose of everything else twice a day. I want her also to get the MSM, get 1 bottle a month, so you can take 6 a day, 2 with each meal, or 3 twice a day, whatever is easier for her. I want her to also get the de-stress capsule. She could have 3 of those twice a day. I want her to get the Ultimate Daily Classic tablet. She could take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Or circulation through her brain, through her eyes, through her heart, through her kidneys, through every place in her body. And you know, that's a lot to start with all those dietary changes and all those supplements. And I want her to use a wheelchair or a walker instead of walking and falling and breaking her neck and all that kind of crazy stuff. Okay. When I go out, you know, to a mall or something like that, I take a walker with me. I really don't need it, but I take a walker with me just for balance, so I don't trip on maybe some kid dropped a milkshake on the mall, you know, floor or something like that. I'm just not going to take a chance. It's just not worth it. So, I take a walker with me just for balance if I'm going to be out in a mall or something like that, or maybe an office building where I'm not sure of the footing inside the office building. And I do walk twice around my house, 14 times twice a day around my house. I live on 5 acres, so 14 times twice a day. And I carry one of these little aluminum walkers with me. I carry it, okay, as I'm walking around the house. And so if I do feel like I'm going to slip or trip, I put the walker down so I don't fall, because, you know, I live kind of in a highly wooded area, and there's always stuff falling off the trees and this and the other. It's just not worth falling and breaking something or twisting something.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, Dr. Wallach, Tom has someone who is 138 pounds, 5 foot 8 inches, 80 years old, and vertigo. Okay,
it's a squeezing of the vestibular branch of the 8th cranial nerve. It's probably got osteoporosis of the skull, 80 years old, right? And so, yep. Anyways, how much? 100 and what?
138 pounds at 5 foot 8.
Okay, 138 pounds. So I'd go ahead with 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Okay, get another bottle of selenium, 3 selenium twice a day, a half a dose of everything else twice a day. MSM, 3 of those. Since he's got osteoporosis of the skull, I'd get 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so I can take 3 with each meal. Rebuild the skull, the disc, the bones, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. I want him to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month to support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries and support healthy blood pressure. And didn't say anything about diabetes or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Let's go with that. That's, you know, a good start. And, you know, have him contact us every couple of weeks. Let us know what's going on. Be a great testimony for people in his age group. But that dizziness, that vertigo, that balance problem should go away pretty quick.
All right. And John has a question that he's chatted in from Rocky Point, Mexico. He's 46 years old, 5 foot 9, 200 pounds, mostly muscle. He says, I've got a slight eye problem from abuse, contact lens wearing is his first issue. The second issue and more pressing issue is his mouth and tongue feel like it's on fire, but only on the left side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, he's got something going on the right side in his skull, okay? Because everything crosses over when it comes out of the brain, whether it's, you know, the various nerves, the cranial nerves of the brain. You learn that they cross over. So if you have something going on your left side, that means the right side's impacted, okay? So, and you said he weighed 138 pounds?
No, he's 200 pounds of muscle at 5 foot 9.
Okay, 200 pounds. All right. Get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bread, rye, and oats, no sugar. And then 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day, 2 bottles of the MSM, so you can take 3 with each meal, rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself, skin, every kind of connective tissue in the arteries and things you can think of. Then I want them to have also the vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. At his body weight, I get 3 bottles a month, so I can take 3 with each meal, support healthy blood flow through even blocked arteries and support healthy blood pressure. And also the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. 1 bottle a month of the Ultimate Niacin Plus. So you can take 1 twice a day of those. And I want him to eat 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, because when he has all that fire in his tongue and throat and everything like that, that's a squeezing of many of the cranial nerves, including the 9th cranial nerve, the glossopharyngeal nerve. A lot of times they feel like they want to swallow, but there's nothing in there to swallow. But they have a burning in their throat. His voice has probably changed because that 9th cranial nerve also controls the vocal cords as well as the larynx. And so a lot of things happen in there when you have osteoporosis squeezing the 9th cranial nerve.
All right, fantastic. Dr. Wallach, we have an individual at 8:05 that is writing in saying, Doc Wallach, you are the best and I love working with you. Thanks for all you do for us.
Well, it's very kind.
Yeah, so we got some joy mail here too. We love that. We are coming up to the top of the hour, and I just want to thank everybody for joining us today at AskDocLive.com. Again, you know, everybody is just fantastic with raising their hands and asking their questions and chatting and emails. We could go on like this, Dr. Wallach, for 8 hours and
Well,
still
that's
not
true.
get through all of them.
Well, you know, we have 300 million people in the United States alone, and we have
That's right.
let's see, we have 7.8 billion people in the world, right? And so we need to be available, and that's where all these books come in. Again, okay, people can go to drjwallach.com, drjwallach.com, and they will find all of these books. There's 15 best-selling books, and of course we have over 100 CDs and over 50 DVDs, and we're looking for help. We pay very well. You can do this out of your home. You don't need a store. You don't need employees. You get the tax breaks of billionaire. The income stream you build can be used as a retirement. You can use it even after you retire out of your longevity business. Just leave the business to somebody else and they'll run it. You keep getting your income. 20, 30, 40 years later, it's still coming in. You can will it to your kids. They'll will it to their kids for 20, 30, 40, 50 generations. It's a great investment of time. Costs $50 a year, Rebecca, to maintain your longevity franchise, and that's tax deductible at $50. You get a McDonald's franchise or a Domino's franchise, you're talking $10,000 a year. We're talking $50 a year, and it's actually tax deductible.
And Dr. Wallach, they don't even have to pay somebody to make their website. They get websites. They actually get 4 or 5 different websites they can utilize.
Yeah, for free.
No additional cost. So it's a pretty fantastic business. I have enjoyed every moment of it. I am so appreciative of the opportunity that you created so many years ago for us. And we'd love to help others be able to do the same. So again,
well, thank you.
Yeah, anybody that's interested in building a business from home, contact us at AskDocLive.com. There is the contact us button there. Shoot us an email and we'll have somebody on our team get back with you. We thank you again, everybody, for joining us. It's a fabulous Friday. Dr. Wallach, again, you are just as sharp and wonderful. We love you. Mwah.
Thank you. Oh,
Mwah.
love you guys too. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank so much. My co-hosts do so much in the background, and I don't say enough how much I appreciate them. Nasima and Ruth Ellen and Jonty, you are fantastic in going through with the chat and everything. I just thank you so much for helping us with that. And both of them, Nasima and Ruth Ellen, are on our phone team. They can be reached at 855-949-7234. If you are brand new to trying Dr. Wallach's formulations or the longevity products, you can reach them at that number as well. So everybody have a fantastic day. We appreciate you. We empower you to take control of your own health and send your pharmaceuticals back to your doctor with love. And
sure.
we will see you next Friday.
Okay.
8
God
a.m.
bless.
to 10 a.m. Pacific time. Have a great one, everybody. Take care and bye for now.